And I'm going to, no, we don't want to go live. We want to share. Okay. All right, girls. Super excited to have you all here. Thank you for making the time for yourself and your business to learn and grow. This is our first Push to Emerald for the year, and Caitlin, Mindy, and I are going to be leading this particular call once a month. So this is to help you. It is to help new coaches that are coming in, and also your coaches that you will be bringing in to build your team. Okay, so it takes the pressure off because you have a solid team of leaders who are providing these resources for you to help you start taking those steps forward, but not have to tackle everything by yourself. Okay, so lean into the group and utilize the tools that we are providing for you. Tonight we are going to talk about Emerald and what that means. But first, I want you all to think about, before we kind of dive into the content, Emerald is a decision, okay? Emerald is a decision to take this business seriously and that you are here to grow a business, okay? If you are here to be a hobby coach or just for the discount, that's totally fine. That's where you are. There is no pressure to move forward if that's what aligns with your goals and with where you are. But if you are wanting to grow a business and you say that you want to rank advance, or you want to help said number of people a month, or you are looking to create more financial freedom, or maybe just a little extra money on the side, then Emerald is where we need to be. Okay, that is the first stepping stone. So right now in the chat, if you are wanting to grow a business, if you are wanting to make something of this coaching opportunity and you want to help inspire other people, then I want you to put in the chat right now, I am an Emerald coach. Okay, because it is 100% a decision to move yourself forward. So I am an Emerald coach. Emerald is not hard. It is something that we have to put effort in, but it comes more from mindset and belief and knowing that we can achieve it. You guys, we all started as coaches. Every single one of us here. Nobody gave us coaches. Nobody just like blew up. We all started at coach and put in the work. So I'm going to hand it over to Mindy, and she is going to dive into why you want to achieve Emerald. Okay.
All right, you guys hear me? I got control of my mute today. This is good. All right, so first thing with Emerald, like Corey was saying, this is really like the first big step of your business. So you want like this to be your first goal. It's your first rank advancement. It is the first big thing. So when you first get started and we're kind of going through getting your announcement out there, you got your coming out post, you're like, hey, I'm starting this journey, I'm super excited about it. And people start kind of watching you and they're like, okay, what's this girl doing? Is she going to stick with it? Is this going to be long term? And then once you hit that rank advancement and you're, at that Emerald rank, we're going to shout you out. We're going to put it out and blast it on social media. Hey, stop your scroll. Check this girl out. She jumped in on her journey and now look at her. She's doing big things. She's hit Emerald. That is going to be something that people are going to see and they're going to say, wait a minute. Okay, maybe she is in it for the long haul. Maybe I should kind of keep an extra eye on her. And that is like, just like how we kind of talk about posting and you're putting your breadcrumbs out there and kind of like planting a seed with people. This just is one of those things that's going to make that seed start to grow. When people have already kind of had their eye on you and they see you start to advance and they see you starting to gain momentum, that for them is kind of like just giving that seed a little bit of water, a little bit of sunlight. They're going, I'm going to watch this. So it is really like, just helps get you excited, helps get your name out there, helps with people just that are watching you. So that is like, that's major. And for you personally too, that should get you excited. That should get you like to the point where you're like, okay, not first goal checked off the list, first rank advancement checked off the list. Now I'm ready to keep moving forward. The next thing is also the team cycle bonuses. So when you, or once you hit Emerald, I guess maybe let me back up a minute here. The way that we earn money as a coach, and if you've kind of been following through like some of the posts or some of the other coach sneak peeks, maybe you've seen posts on, there's two ways that we make money as coaches. One is through commission. So anytime that we bring somebody on with the sale of a challenge pack or just any kind of product, Kate, she's adorable. Any kind of product, anything like that, you are making a commission. And that could be a certain percentage, and it depends on what you're selling, but it's going to be a certain percentage that's going to go, you're going to get that paycheck. It's going to go towards your weekly income. When you are Emerald, you also start to make the second kind of, or you start to hit the second kind of way that we make money, which is with the residual income. And so basically what that is are team cycle bonuses. So, and this can kind of get a little bit confusing, and we'll talk about it more probably in future trainings, or, if you want to talk to one of your coaches individually and learn a little bit more about it. But basically, you have in your business, and Corey will go through a little bit, you have two legs. So as you start to gain new customers and there are additional coaches in your organization, any volume that those coaches and that you produce all start to accumulate to a point that you can start to earn team cycle bonuses. Now, as an Emerald, that's going to be $14 per cycle, up to $250 per week is where it caps off when you're an Emerald. As you further advance, that amount can increase as well if you're Diamond or a Star Diamond and you kind of move up. But that's really like the first place that you start to make that residual income. And it can add up quick too. And as your team grows and as our team grows, the volume from any of your upline coaches also kind of trickles down. So once you're Emerald, there's times where I'll look in my coach back office and I'm like, holy smokes, like I had a killer week. And it's not just me and what I did, it's the efforts of all the coaches that are on our team. So we're all helping each other out, which is just amazing. And that residual income too, it's not like, if I hit a team cycle bonus, it takes away from another coach that's in our team. That is money that Beachbody completely sets aside specifically for those bonuses. So it's like free money. That's like literally what it is. All like once you're Emerald, they're just saying, oh, here's a paycheck. You're just getting this free money. So just that in and of itself is enough to say, yep, I definitely like that's something I want to hit, because you're going to get money for doing what you're already doing outside of just the retail commissions as well. The other things too are you start to qualify for leads. So Beachbody as a whole, like if you think about BOD Group, there are over 1 million subscribers to BOD. Coming from all over. So as we're opening up in new countries and things like that, it's getting more and more popular. So not everybody joins because a coach reached out to them and had a conversation about them coming onto the team or about them joining. Some people are just up late at night watching an infomercial and they're like, I think I'm going to try this. And they just go on to beachbody.com and they sign up. So when that happens, you're going to get assigned a coach. So whether you have already been speaking to a coach or if you just randomly signed up, you're going to get a coach. So with the Emerald, and when you're qualifying for leads, what's going to happen is if you are an Emerald and you hit Success Club 5 in a month, you're going to qualify for customer leads. So if somebody just goes on and randomly signs up, you can be assigned as their coach. Now, in cases like this, I'll usually reach out, send an email, hey, I've got this, these groups that are happening. Are you interested in joining? And sometimes people communicate back. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they probably look at my email and think it's spam and just like forget about it. But you have that as an opportunity. And then additionally, if you're hitting Success Club 10, now you're qualifying for Success Club leads. And it just kind of continues and continues from there. So this again is, you don't know if that next free lead that comes to you is going to be the next, all-star coach that's going to help you and move your business forward and move your team forward. So either way, you want that. Yeah. Either way, you want that as a potential as somebody who could be the next rock star coach on your team and is going to run with you. So that is just, again, another reason that you want that, because you don't know what that potential is going to be. It could be huge. And then the last thing is duplication. So if you think about hitting emerald yourself and what we do as a business to succeed and as a way to move our business forward, your goal should be not only just to hit emerald the first time, but to continue to hit emerald month after month after month. Because what that means is that you're bringing on additional coaches every month to your team and introducing them to the business and working with them. So you're kind of growing your immediate so then they're able to hit emerald, and that is what's going to progress you further and further, so that you are able to start to get to the diamond rank and above from there. So I mean, all good reasons. There's all pros here. I see no cons to hitting diamond. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And like Corey said, it's not hard. It takes work, but it's just like anything else with the business. It takes effort and it takes consistency, but it's simple. You can do it. You just have to get it in your mind that you can do it and say, that's it. I'm going to do the damn thing. I'm going to do the work that's required because this is a goal that I want and I'm going to achieve it. And that's it. It's as easy as you make that decision. And we'll talk more in our team call tomorrow. And then Corey's going to get into also how and what that looks like. What do you need to do? So I'm going to pass it over to her.
Awesome. Thank you. Super, super important to remember that it's all about duplication. This really is a solid foundation of our business. And so this is what it looks like, how to achieve emerald. This is you here. And just like we as humans have a left and a right leg, that's what your business looks like. You have a left and a right leg. Now, before you enroll any coach, until you understand the business model and how this works, I highly recommend that you connect with your upline coach to understand when you're going to enroll somebody, especially if it's a spouse or a family member that you potentially could have control over that account down the road, that you speak with your upline to understand where's the best place to put them, because we have full control over where we place our coaches. Okay. It's a simple thing that we have to change in our back office and hit save. It's not complicated, but it is something that you want to think ahead, because it's going to adjust that residual income down the road that Mindy was talking about. Okay. So you have to be an active coach. What is an active coach? That means you have to be purchasing about $50 worth of product a month, because that's 50 PV. Now, you guys can go and look and see what different products and what the PV is. But if you're on Shakeology every month, then you're at 90 PV every month. So you don't have to ever worry about that. If you have the performance line, that's between the two of them, I think is it 90 if it's both, if it's Energize and Recover? I think it's like 72 or something like that. I don't think it's quite 90. But there are different combinations that you can do if you're not doing Shakeology every single month. And then you would have a personally sponsored coach on your left leg and a personally sponsored coach on your right leg. Both of those coaches would have to be active as well. Okay, so if this person purchases a challenge pack and then their second month goes inactive and cancels or postpones their Shakeology, they are inactive. So that's why this is so, so important. You guys, it's inevitable. People are going to come on board. People are going to go inactive. People are going to go MIA just like they do when they start their own wellness journey. But there are also going to be people who come and who become lifers and who love the products, who love the community, and who see the purpose and the vision of your mission. Okay. So that's why it's so important to continue to bring people into your team and work with the people who are showing up and willing to work, and showing them how to reach this rank and achieve their goals and just keep building upon that. But once you've hit Emerald, you can then duplicate that and teach that to your coaches. Okay, does that make sense? It looks more complicated than it is. Okay, it's literally you plus 2. Okay, now if you've been a coach for a little while, you might look into your office and see that there are coaches underneath you because somebody above you, whether it's me or Mindy or Caitlin, are enrolling coaches. Those coaches underneath you are going to help with that team cycle bonus. They are a part of your team to help generate that income for you, okay? But they are not a personally sponsored coach, so they are not going to directly reflect your rank. Okay, so I just want to be clear on that because I know that that can be a bit confusing. You sign in, and you're like, oh, I see 3 coaches underneath me. I just need to put a coach on the other side. But to be Emerald and to advance your business, you have to have them as personally sponsored coaches. Okay, so that's what it looks like, is you plus 2. Okay, 1 on your left leg, 1 on your right leg. So who do we want to invite? Literally everybody, you guys. Like, I have been in this business for a long time, and like, there is not a single person that can't benefit from what we offer. There just isn't. Like, we have an amazing community to support and love people. We talk about positive mindset and managing your time and making time for yourself and self-care and nutrition and fitness. And just overall, the thing that I love about Beachbody is the name doesn't even come close to signifying what and who we are, what we do, because it really is about creating a healthier, happier lifestyle all the way around, not just nutrition, not just fitness, and not just having that beach body, right? It's about really leading a fulfilling life. So there isn't anybody that I don't think that could benefit from this. So don't put blockers or judge people that they wouldn't be interested unless they have personally told you no. You might not be ready to invite somebody yet. There might be somebody who's scary or you're just not sure about yet. But don't ever discount anybody. Now, family and friends. Those are the people that we really want to talk to in the beginning as new coaches, okay? Because there are people, there are Warm Market, there are Circle, and they're the ones that are going to love and support us. And sometimes that's all it is. Maybe they don't want to use the products. I know that for me in the beginning, I signed PJ up. We were incredibly tight with money back then. And I could barely afford to pay for Shakeology for myself to start coaching. There was no way I could afford to pay for Shakeology coming on his account, okay? And back then, we didn't have all the amazing options that we have now, like beach bars and collagen and energize and recover and all those things that you can add up to create an active account. So Shakeology was about my only option. So what I did to ensure that I had him signed up first, I signed him up, and then I would get a bag of Shakeology, and my dad would buy that for me at coach price every month. So that $100, I wasn't out. My dad was helping me. My dad is now all my parents, like my stepdad, my dad, my mom, they're all coaches now and have their own accounts. But it didn't start like that. You know, I made it work the way that I could. But it is, if you are married and you have a spouse, it is so much to your benefit to enroll them as a coach right away. Okay. PJ's account generates a couple $100 a week on volume just because I signed him up first. Okay. So think about that. Even if he's not doing anything, even if I'm not pushing anything under his account, that residual income is a couple $100 a week. That's pretty amazing, right? So if we wait until a couple of years later and sign that spouse up way down here, they're missing out on all of the action that happened from when we started until we signed them up. Okay, so just think about that. If you don't have a spouse or you're not married, you can think about a parent, a sibling, a best friend, okay? Who are your ride or die people? Like those, your favorite people in the entire world that are going to support you. And that's how you approach it. Is I would love for you to be a part of this with me, or support me in this new endeavor. Okay. And then the third person or the third type of people that we can really focus on inviting and talking with are our clients, right? The people that are already using the products and loving them. And maybe at first it's just to get a discount. If you see one of our new girls that's in the Rise Up Virtual Gym, she told me, like, I saw what she was posting in the group, and she was a coach transfer, so I didn't know everything that she was signed up with at first. And she's using Shakeology twice a day. She's using Energize. She's using Recover. She's using collagen. And I'm like, why are you not a coach? Like, even if you don't want to coach, she would save $75 a month. That's insane. So like, those are all things you can think about in the back of your mind. That's a lot of money. So if you have a client who's doing really well and loving the products and maybe they don't want to coach right away, you can share with them the benefits of being a discount coach. And we're going to have here soon, a preferred customer, where they get to save that 25% on the products. Okay. And if you have a Rockstar client, let them know. If they are in the challenge groups and loving on people and already doing what we're doing, let them borrow a little bit of your belief in them and instill that belief in them and invite them to coach. Tell them why you think that they would be a good coach. Okay. So that's what it looks like. It doesn't have to be super overcomplicated. For the girls that just went through the new coach training, you also had that your 10 best list. To circle back to that and approach those people. We are going to give you, Mindy mentioned tomorrow we have our power 30 minutes for our team call. And so we are going to make it action based on this call tonight and give you scripts and some example invites to inviting to coaching. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about that with our action items at the end of the call. But that's what this looks like in Emerald is here. And so we're gonna get you there by adding 2 people to your business. I'm going to mute myself and stop screen share, and then Kate's gonna light you up with some mindset.
Okay, guys. Oh, I need to make it so I can see all of you. There we go. I just see myself. It feels weird. All right. Hopefully you can't hear. I feel like I always have like a wingman for these calls. So, okay. So much incredible information from Corey and Mindy. I kind of love when we get to team up on this stuff because I feel like they're so strong at like making these beautiful PowerPoints and giving you all this information, all these details. And then I kind of feel like I get to come in and be the hype girl. So it works out well for all of us. So I really love that Corey started this whole thing out with saying that Emerald is a decision because it, like, you guys, at 10,000% is. Like, I promise you, when I first started coaching, I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on being an Emerald for freaking ever. And then one day I was like, I'm going to be Emerald. And I'm pretty sure I was Emerald by the end of that day, because you just make the decision and you just go for it. And it is kind of a goofy thing in that, you know, we talked about how Emerald gives you so much confidence, but I mean, in general, like, you have to have some confidence to feel like you can shoot for that Emerald. So like, I get all of that. And it is like, it's the culmination of a lot of the things, but it basically at the end of the day is you saying, I'm not going to dip my toes in the water anymore. I'm just going to jump in, like, feet first, head first. I'm just going to go for it. So what I would like for you to do, you know, Corey already had you guys put in the chat that you are Emerald. So, you know, I mean, I think all of you, like, as coaches, we're supposed to be working on gratitude every morning. We're supposed to be writing affirmations every morning. If that isn't on your affirmation list, it needs to be. Like yesterday, I want you every morning to write, I am an Emerald coach. People easily find me who want to be in this business with me. I am confident inviting people to this business opportunity. It needs to be on your mind every freaking morning. If you live it, I mean, we all know that you're capable of manifesting all this stuff. So it needs to be there. And here is what I need from you guys. I need you to get excited. Like, all this information is all fine and well and dandy, but I need you to get excited, like really, really, really freaking excited, because you guys, that shit is contagious. And I need you, Karen, or whatever the heck you want to call her, that voice in your brain that's constantly telling you, I can't do this, I can't do that, this person's going to judge me, I can't reach out to that person, I can't let my spouse know about this, I can't reach out to my parent. Turn it off. She does not have any help in anything in your life. Just turn it all off. So, sorry, my kid is distracting me here. All right, and then I need you to take all of this action, just like we said, as though you've already done it. Like, draw that line in the sand. If you're serious about wanting to build your business, you're going to make it a priority. I feel like I'm just word vomiting from the other night when I did a team call. And like, ask yourself, like, is it really, and I get saying this now, like before I started doing this, I get that some of this can sound kind of like intense, but it's like, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, what is stopping you from asking that rock star client in your wellness group who's showing up constantly, who's lifting up all of your other girls, who is drinking or using all the products? What's stopping you from saying, hey, do you want to save some money? Or, hey, you're freaking amazing at this. You're basically doing my job for me and you're not getting paid. You want to see what this is about. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can just be it's just connection. It's just being real. Are you worried about talking to your spouse about this? I get it. That was me, like 5,000%. He's trying to climb on my lap. If we are telling them and showing them how serious we are, if we are showing our heart, if we are letting them know that we, like, this is something that we really want to do, this is something that we're really passionate about. In any other aspect of your life, if you're super passionate about something, is your spouse want to support you in it? If you have a hobby or something you really want to do, like your spouse, you know, if they see that you love it and it lifts you up and it makes you feel good, why wouldn't they want to support you? This is no different. And down the road, I'm taking notes here to keep myself on track. We all know this. Down the road, if you are using a bunch of the products, I know for me, when I initially started, all I was using was Shakeology. And then it was like, well, that Energize looks kind of cool. I guess I'll try that. And then her skin looks really good. I guess I need to try the collagen. I recently just got recovered for the first time. I'm never going back because I can freaking bring it in my workouts and I'm not crippled the next day. Seriously, the Shakeology comes through my account. The rest of it comes through my spouse's. Keeps him active. You kind of get to double dip. And side note, Beachbody, it's kind of crazy to me because they're basically like, here, like, this is, you have to do all this work, and it is, being a coach is work. This is not like some kind of like freebie thing where they hand you money. We do have to hustle, we have to work. But then they're like, okay, well, you can also build your downline, of course, and then you can build 2 other accounts. So down the road in the future, when you're bossing on your downline and you're like, oh, like, I'm ready to get up to 2-star. I have a rock star coach here that I enrolled way back when, and she's kicking ass. I'm going to start building up my spouse. And then you're opening up a second business center, and then you're just gone. So down the road, having that there, and, you know, and for me personally, I feel like my husband has nothing to do with social media. Like, he is not a social media person. He does not like it. Him getting, you know, him being signed up as a coach and him like having that aspect, it kind of gives him a little bit of, I don't want to say ownership, but I know that it helps for him to be a little more involved. You know, like, I think from a mindset perspective with that, it's like, we're kind of in this together, working on this together. So I do think that is important. And you guys, I get all of this. Like, it sounds cliche and it can be overwhelming and it can kind of sound like a cop out, like the whole, like, oh, well, just, enroll your spouse and enroll a sibling and then you're good to go. I promise you, because that's what I did. I was working with a lot of people. I had a lot of potential coaches and they just weren't there. And one day I was like, you know what? I want the freaking leads. I want to level up. I wanted the freaking shout out. Corey was always posting all these people with their cute little green emerald thing. I'm like, I want that. Like, I mean, that sounds so just stupid, but it was true. So I just decided to do it. And you know what? I think like a week later, coach, and then a coach, and then a coach, and then a coach, and then a coach. Like that confidence builds, that momentum grows, and you're just like, I'm basically a badass. Like I didn't even need to sign up my spouse. I mean, it's cool that he signed up now, but it is hard sitting where you're sitting. Like I can understand that it is hard. Like you're sitting here like, Caitlin, you're like fucking crazy because like this is really challenging for me and I'm scared to death of inviting people and this is all just a lot. I promise you, you get on the other side of this and it's like a light bulb moment. And it's not like, what am I trying to say? You know, like if you go for a hike, we're going off to another place here. Like if you go like on a hike or you go for a long walk, or I don't know, like we used to climb this this Sugarloaf Mountain in Marquette, Michigan, up in the Upper Peninsula. And you get to the top and you look down and it's like, wow, like that was a long way. That was really hard. We did that. Emerald is nothing like that. Emerald, you get there and then you look back and it's like, oh, so that was it. I can do that. I can do that again. I could do that each month. I could do that each week because that's what this business is. Emerald is literally your building blocks to your business. And you just don't focus on the crazy goals. Don't focus on the crazy. I mean, yeah, we have those visions in the back of our mind, but when it comes to like making habits, like, you know, with our health and wellness, like you have a client who's feeling overwhelmed. They just logged into Beachbody for the first time and they're like, WTF, there's too much going on here. There's no way I can do it. And you're like, well, focus on the baby steps. Like just do little bits at a time and then you'll get there. And then the momentum grows. This is no different, you guys. It is no different. So I always get off topic because I get really passionate and then I'm like, oh, I've gone way off of my freaking notes. Okay, so get excited. Get really freaking excited. Share your heart in this. I don't want you to shoot for perfection with any of this because perfection is literally like the death of all things, you guys. When it comes to talking to people about this, I need you to be real and I need you to be authentic and I need you to let people see you. If we show who we really are with this, if we show how passionate we are, if we show how excited we are, people are going to be like, hey, like, I want what you have. Like you, I mean, yeah, sure, you're making money, but like you seem happy. And in today's world, I mean, literally like chaos all around us. I mean, we got people breaking into Capitol buildings and pandemics keeping us locked up. Like people want happy. People need happy. And so for us to share that, it's so funny, you know, because like we invite, it's like, well, you know, we're going to work on inviting to the business opportunity. And it like, it just feels so like shallow or hollow, I guess is the word I'm looking for to even say that, because it's not just a business opportunity, it's a life opportunity. Like I'm sitting here doing a call with you all with two women. One I just met in 2020, I'm shouting. The other who I met years and years ago and had lost all contact with. And they're basically my best freaking friends. Like you're not just inviting somebody to this business opportunity, you are inviting them to a community, to friendship, to better health, to working on their family's health. You know, like Jessica Donnelly, like her whole family is like basically like health like oriented now, which is completely new and out of the blue. And like she's doing that just because she joined in as a coach. Like being surrounded in a group of people that just constantly are not expecting you to level up, but they just want you to. They want you to feel good about yourself and to feel good about everything around you. And it's all just contagious. Like that's what you're inviting people to. You're not inviting them to come and sell a bunch of shit. You're not inviting them to come and just push play and, you know, say, hey, you want to join me? You are telling them this is an amazing opportunity and I would love for you to be a part of it. So if you continue to share your heart, if you continue to be passionate about this, if you continue to just be authentic and do it every freaking day in your stories, in your posts, when you're inviting people, it is guaranteed that eventually the right people say yes. And then they're here. And then it's like the more the merrier, literally. So tonight or tomorrow morning, because I know some of you it's getting kind of late and some of you go to bed really freaking early because you get up really freaking early. But tonight, tonight or tomorrow morning, I need you all to draft a post. And I need you to talk about your story in this post. I need you to talk about where you were. Where are my notes here? I need you to talk about where you were before you started. Why did you start? What are you excited about? And when you're crafting this post, I don't want you to craft it with the thought in mind that you're going to try and just reach everybody, because we aren't trying to reach the masses here, guys. We are trying to reach our specific laser focused people that we want to work with. So literally, I want you to think of one person that you are going to invite and write that post to them, because they're the ones that need to see it. And then maybe if they don't see it or comment on it, I don't know, like copy and paste it and message it to them. I don't know. And then with that post, I want you to wrap it up with a call to action. Meaning I want you to be ending that post with inviting to join me in this opportunity, inviting to, hey, do you want to check out our call this coming, or a group this coming Thursday to talk about what coaching could be like and how it's changed our lives and how it may change your lives. It can be whatever you feel there, but it needs to be a call to action. And I would suggest posting that tomorrow evening, typically when people are going to see those. And then as far as all week goes, we want to see you breadcrumbing coaching into your stories and posts. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do another call to action post. I would probably do one on Wednesday. I also would love to see you do a call to action in your stories. Whether you want to chat after a workout or something, I don't know, but it needs to be like, hey, do you want to join me? Do you want information on, checking out this call that we're doing on Thursday? Do the poll. Remember, no negatives in a poll. It needs to be like, yes, I'm curious, or heck yeah, I want in, whatever it may be. And then besides those call to actions, you need to be chit-chatting about coaching in your stories, and maybe in Tuesday's post, just lightly. Like Tuesday's post could be something like, you could just talk about a certain aspect of your life that, has changed, and no call to action in there, just something about how your life has been fulfilling. And with those kind of posts, I don't focus on coaching. I sometimes won't even say coaching. I just talk about where I used to be and where I am now and how much growth I have had. And people usually eat that crap up. When people love to see you talk about like a down part in your life and then how you've come through it, and then they love it. So typically you can get some pretty good engagement off of that, because like, be prepared, the call to action posts aren't necessarily going to get you any engagement, if some, just a little. So, and then in your stories, I keep saying after a workout as an example, but, talk about like after, a lot of us are doing 9-week control freak, talk about how you love having that added layer of accountability, or, just something light and fluffy. You just want it to be something. I want in like every 24 hours of your stories, you need to be talking about something with coaching. If not a hard call to action, then just something light. And then all this week, invites. The scary part, but invite your people, talk to your people, share your heart. And if you can, do it in person, like with your spouses or your friends. Do it in person if you can, or with COVID, call them, text them. For people on Facebook and Instagram, I challenge you to send them a voice message. Those work. People really appreciate voice messages. It adds a level of authenticity. They can hear the passion and the heart in your voice, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'm pretty sure I feel like I sent a voice message to Katie back in the day, but I mean, it just needs to be something like, hey, so-and-so, I've had this on my mind, and we've been chatting, and you're so my people. Like, you seem like you're just my people, and I just wouldn't sleep at night if I didn't just ask you. It may not be for you, but maybe it is. But we're running this call this coming Thursday, and we're talking about coaching, and I'm so excited about it. And and tell them why you think they would be amazing at it. you have such inspirational posts, or you're so dang funny and relatable, or whatever it is, whatever you connect with them. Just ask them and leave it at that. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you only get like a minute, I think you get a minute with a voice message on both Facebook and Instagram. And mind you, you also can delete them before you send them if you like get tongue-tied and you're like, oh God, that sounds awful. So I highly recommend that. And if this whole inviting thing is making you uncomfortable or like sweaty or whatever it is, make sure you're on that call tomorrow night, because Mindy's talking about all the things. She's even going to have scripts on there. So that makes it a lot easier too. And then Thursday, of course, we have our coaching event. It's going to go on all day. There's going to be, what is it? LHF, a day in the life of coaching 5, whatever. Yeah. The group will be there. You can invite people to the group. There's going to be 5 posts throughout the day. And then we'll talk, I think 8 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Corey, Mindy, and I will be chatting, and it'll just be us talking about, yeah, that sounds good. It'll be just us talking about, you know, kind of the usual, where an aspect of our lives that have changed, and, you know, just to have some of those relatable points for people. And of course, it'll still be Zoom like this, but then we'll also stream into Facebook. So we have basically set you guys up for success. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I think we're allowed to say that. So you just have to make the freaking decision to just go out and do the thing. Like Mindy said, do the damn thing. Get there. I promise you, you get on the other side of this and it's a whole different ball game. So that's all I got. I don't know if do I need to wrap this up? Corey, you want to wrap this up? You're better at wrapping up.
That's all. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I'll just keep talking because I like the sound of my voice. All right.
No, that was awesome. You always light a fire under my booty. I know that's for sure. So Kate covered it all. Mindy covered as far as the perks. So if you guys have any questions, definitely let us know. But we do have that What is Coaching event on Thursday. It's the same group that we've been using. I will share it into the Living Healthy and Fit just to make sure that you have the right group. There will be 5 posts go up throughout the day, and then we will go live that evening. So do it. Make the decision. If you say, I am an Emerald coach, make that list. Think about who you want on this journey with you, who could benefit from this journey, and invite them. It's really not that scary, you guys. We build it up in our heads and we stand in our own way. Okay. Think about the beautiful gift that you could offer somebody and how fun it could be to have them on this journey with you. Because it's way more fun with all of us working together in our group threads and everybody chiming in and working together. It just makes it more fun. So get out of your own way, freaking become an Emerald coach, and let's do this. Okay. All right. Awesome. I love you guys.